Cardon Children's Medical Center, providing comprehensive pediatric care for Arizona's families.
What kind of injuries do we see? Well, we see a lot of choking injuries around the holidays. There's plenty of things for kids to choke on during the holidays. Wrapping paper can cause problems too. It's not necessarily the wrapping paper itself, but what's all the fillers? What else is in there? There's lots of things that come with plastic bags. Kids go around, they put everything on their head, so suffocation problems with that. There's a lot of ribbons that are going around that will go all the way around. You need to think of that as a potential choking hazard for a child. They will take anything and wrap it around their neck, they can wrap it around their fingers and actually cut off circulation. I mean, just look at simple little decorations. This is a decoration that can hang on your tree. Kids will take this, they can bite this part off. Young children can actually choke on this decoration. There's so many different things that we use to decorate our houses, either to put on our tree or just to lay around the house. You need to, again, look at them. Are they appropriate for the children that you have in the house? Could they choke on these pieces? Is there lead in it? These are the things that our parents are out there thinking when they're buying toys. They should be thinking the same thing when they're out buying decorations. You can have anything. There can be like big plastic balls, or I have like a big plastic star, and they're held on by little ribbons. Okay, it's those little ribbons that tie on there. You don't want anything sharp like this does. It is sharp. You don't want to use these wire ones. All ornaments that can break, that are glass, that are pieces where they can break off, you want to put those up towards the top. Or, you know, kids love ornaments. So if you've got ornaments that are kids friendly, put those down at the bottom so they can see them and they can look at them. If we have small children around, we need to watch what we're doing with our candles. Okay? They need to be on a place that's very, very sturdy, that it's not going to tip over. We need to make sure that our kids aren't running around that area. We should never put lighted candles near a Christmas tree. We should make sure that they're blown out when you're leaving the house or when you're going to bed at night. It's just not little kids that could get burned by this candle. We really need to watch those older boys, especially those kids that are like from 8 to age, 11 to 15, that boys are really fascinated with fire. So if you have all this out, that's just one more thing that they're thinking, ooh, what can I do with that candle? How can I play with it? Christmas dinner together and everything's moving and we're not thinking about the children. We have to use the same safety tips that we would use for any other meal. We have to make sure that the handles are turned so that they are inward and they're not outward, so that we don't have them coming over. If we can use the back burners and not the front burners, those are the preferable burners to be using. We need to make sure that we try to keep the kids out of the kitchen as much as possible. You want to make sure that your tree is fresh. You want to be able to hit it on the ground and not see a lot of needles fall off. You want to be able to grab the needles and not have them break off into your hand. You should see resin down at the stump area, so you're looking for those kind of things. And then once you get it home, you want to keep it so it stays as moist as possible. So make sure you're watering it frequently. And then after Christmas, you want to get rid of that tree as soon as possible. A lot of people hang on to those trees way too long, and they get way too dry, and that causes fire. If you're going to get an artificial tree, you want to make sure it's a flame-resistant tree. Fires are a big, huge hazard around Christmas time. Fires will go up on a rise at this time of year. What we need to remember about Christmas lights is when you're hanging them, a lot of people like to put lights outdoors as well as indoors. You have to make sure that they say they're for outdoors. Also make sure when you're plugging them in that you're plugging them into a socket that's going to be a good socket for that. Don't leave them on when you're not there. Okay? Make sure that you inspect your lights prior to using them. If you're hanging them, don't hang them with tacks, don't hang them with nails. Truly use light hangers to do it with, okay? Because you could be puncturing through the wire itself, and then you can have electricity fire. All the injuries that come into our hospital are preventable injuries. So if we all just take the time to step back and look around our house and see what things we can do to make our houses a safer place for our children, then we can all have those happy holidays.